Alright everyone, welcome to Sinful Gaming, just making sure this is all working nice and perfect. Let me know in the comments if this does end up going live properly. Sweet. I am currently working on some models for my free city. Just spilled some wash, so now I need to use it. So working on a Dark Elf Dragon for a Sorceress on Dragon. I hope the sound is all fine. If there is anyone there, please let me know if it's all working. Just applying a wash of Coilia Green shade to the wings. I'm really quite enjoying painting up models for the free city because I can just sort of, so many different things I can paint up for it. I can just sort of do what I want. So at the moment I've got some Stormcast on the go, I've got Demigryphs over there, I've got a Hydra I'm painting up as well, and a Battle Wizard as well on the painting table. Just so much variety of models that you can do. I'm really enjoying that particular aspect of it. If you are working on anything, let me know what you're working on, or what you have been working on. Just knocked off watching Warhammer Weekly with Vince and Tom, and my oh my, do they make me want to collect some Skaven still, again. Good giant Skaven army just under the desk. I probably will get onto them soon after I've finished getting my free city together. I mean, I don't have the book for the free city yet, so I don't exactly know what the end list is going to look like. And I'd like to be able to provide a lot of different options. I own a lot of the models in free cities, like a lot of them. So I'd like to be able to provide like a lot of varied battle reports when I start getting them up and ready. Guess that's what I'm really waiting for battle reports, is just to see what I can do with my free cities, because they're the ones that are really matter. My Scourge Privateers obviously are going to change quite a bit, so I don't much see the point in doing battle reports with the Privateers at the moment, till I see the changes. Just doing. Getting all this down, I can go full wash on the Hydra over there, which is one of the really old Hydra models. Well, I mean, really old Hydra models. So what I've done for that colour scheme is doing ink, and it's the same on the wings, just to tie dragon into all the other monsters. It's Incubi Darkness Coilia Green shade wash at the moment. I don't know why I wanted to paint this Hydra. I've got all 3 iterations of the Hydra model. I just really like the old model, this old model. For some reason, there's something about it. And so I'll get it painted up. And it'll go on my Armies on Parade board, which I'm working up just in the back over there. I might do some videos up of like what I'm doing with it, what my plans are for it. The idea is that I'm doing a entire, the ruins outside of the free city I've designed up, which is Hallowforge, called Hallowforge. So I'm doing like the ruins and like an army coming out of the ruins that are outside of this free city. So just gonna make sure I get the wash everywhere. And once this is dry, once I finish this, I'm gonna move back onto the demi-grease. I like having a lot of models on my painting desk at once. I just sort of sieve through, especially at the wash stage of models. You can end up doing nothing otherwise. It's washed. Just updating something. I forgot to get a tail kit. Forgot to do all the tips on all the little tails on these demograph notes. I'm gonna get 6. I'm really hoping, like, we've been told that cavalry has most certainly got a decent look over, so I'm really hopeful that cavalry gets a good bit of love, especially demograph knights. They're just such cool models. I'm hoping they get a good bit of love. So yeah, I'll probably be able to hobby and hang out with everyone here for a little while until the daughter decides she wants to wake up. Dead Life trying to sneak in hobby while I'm while she's asleep. Alrighty. Oh wait, we might put some base coat on this wizard. On this vizard. So he's going to have a blue cloak, so we're going to start with some acrylic blue, which is the base coat for the blue I'm doing. The blue in my, as you can see, that is the blue of the Free City there. It literally is the Ultramarine scheme stolen from GW. Just a big fan of that blue. I like the nice rich blue. So we'll take that. Oh, this guy's going to be a Death Wizard. Yes, I know he's a Death Wizard and I'm using blue, but doing all the different colours, they just don't fit. And they're all pretty recognisable by what they're holding. So. Alrighty, almost got the blue done on him. Once this is dry, we can start waiting for a wash. Probably need to find another one because I think all of those are still drying. It's pretty cold where I am at the moment, so wash is drying is taking a little bit longer than normal, which is annoying, but it's why I have multiple models all the time on the painting table. He can actually come off because he is done. So, recently finished a couple of Stormcast characters, Lord Selston and a Knight Zephyros. So just going to change them over to new bases, but I generally wait until I've got a decent amount of bases to do, then I sort of do them all at once. Working on conversion at the moment. I'm going to change over the staff on this lady and making some spare bits and making a sorceress on cold one. I know there's no war scroll for them, but she's going to look cool, so why not? What do I want to do next? I got some Griffhounds that are almost done, but I'm waiting for a new drill brush because mine is actually bugged. So waiting on something new. So what can I do? Oh, we're going to do the blood rock Medusa. So blood rock Medusa here, and we'll do her snake scales the same colour as the Hydra's scales, just so she ties in with the army. Big part of this is my Scourge Privateer force has the same scale colour on their cloaks, so I'll try and keep with that. So we'll start off with a base coat of Incubi Darkness. Alright, so once again, just some Incubi Darkness down. Okay. So yeah, just getting her done. I've got a few other things I can do for that city. I'll do a video up on what I'm planning to do with the city after this, or sometime tomorrow. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen stuff for the roleplay game. We've almost received information on all the archetypes that will be playable in it now. With the Tidecaster shown off the other day, we've got the Kurnoth Hunter coming. He just hasn't had his thing done, but we've almost got all of them shown off now, so that's quite interesting. My group can now really start to work on like who they want to be. I can't wait for that live stream to get happening properly. But yeah, so we'll be having a Age of Sigmar roleplay game stream, most certainly happening on the channel. And that'll be a long running thing. It won't be just like a campaign, it'll be something quite consistent for a long time. And something I look to keep pushing on. Other things, in other news, what I'm looking to do is the Age of Sigmar newsletter every week. I've got some people that are helping, that are going to be helping with it, and it'll basically be the idea behind it is it's a one-stop place you can go to look for Age of Sigmar content that's come out that week. So you can find the newest and most up-to-date battle reports and painting tutorials, and who does hobby hangouts like this, and exactly what you're looking for. And going back to the roleplay game as well, what I've got plans for there, I'll be doing some videos up, especially for those who aren't too familiar with like the in-depth Age of Sigmar lore, so like locations and stuff like that. I'll be doing a plot hook series, which will be like talking about locations within the Mortal Realms, hoping to give people a place that, like, an idea of what they can do inside the Mortal Realms. Oh, just gotta be nice and neat and concentrate getting her hair and making sure I don't get anything on the skin. She's such a nice model of Medusa. Yeah, just gotta be quite. Sorry about the lack of talk at the moment, just really trying to concentrate on this bit, making sure I do not get the skin. But almost done. But yeah, so onto the idea behind plot hooks. It'll be like talking about locations within the Mortal Realms that people can read up. I'll just spat out some information about them. Generic information, and tell you how you can do this and that with it. There's a lot more to Age of Sigmar lore than some people give it credit for. almost done with this base colour, and I can probably move back onto something else. I think the demigriffs are done by now, so I can get get layering up their flesh. Just got this one on the side of her head here. Alrighty, so back onto some demigriffs. Hello everyone that is in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. Just double check. Just gotta double check my scheme. Record all your schemes. Very important. Could not give a better piece of information to anyone than record your schemes and your painting guides. Oh, probably. It's like middle of the day and I'm tired as hell. Alright, now we need a Chow light ochre. Bloody hell, trying to get back into the actual chat for this. Oh. Hello, how are we? So thank you for subscribing before I saw your subscription come through. Every subscription is much appreciated. You're doing any hobby yourself, please let me know what you're doing. Be interesting to see what everyone else is working on. Oh nice, the Stormvault terrain. I don't have my own set yet, but most definitely want to get some of that. I've got a full table worth of terrain for my table at the moment, so it's not the most urgent thing for me to grab at the moment, more terrain. Having just ran a narrative event a couple of months ago, I painted up a lot and obtained a lot of terrain for that, and just have so much terrain now. It is such a cool spread of terrain though, and I will get some once eventually, and really look forward to painting that up. Ah, you got the actual Warcraft set. That's awesome. I already have the Garden Moor, so I'm trying to track down the cards that came with it, just because I like having all those little bits and pieces. I just finished painting it. This all started with me trying to paint up my Stormcast 4 Warcry, which I got done. So Stormcaster Wary, I painted up some Vanguard Raptors. I've got some long strikes that I need to finish for Warcry, but that's about it. And the Gryph-hounds, I just need my new dry brush to come. Ordered it and just need it to arrive. When a dry brush is actually dead, you know it's been used a lot. Oh nice, the Bone Splitters. Yeah, I'm tempted to get Bone Splitters for Warcry, just because you paint that box, it's done. It's just done, you know, you're done, and it's a whole nother army you can play, and yeah. Yeah, I think that's just a drawing point for it. I think you see a lot of people now will just own a box of Savage Orcs. I think you just see heaps of people just doing it just like that, just going, I'll buy a box of Savage Orcs or Bone Splitters just because it's an entire Warcry warband in there. Who knows, it might turn into something more. A big reason why I'm doing this painting is I own quite a few models. I'm not even joking. Like, I have Beast of Chaos, I have Tzeentch, I have Slaves to Darkness, I have Skaven, I have Nergal. I don't have much Death, but I've got just about every model that's now coming out for Cities of Sigmar, plus every army that I can almost ally with. I've got Stormcast, and I'm trying to get them painted up so I can get quite a few battle reports up on the channel. Actually narrative focused. We will, like lots of the old missions that came out in the first books that came out with Age of Sigmar I want to do, and I want to actually do narrative battle reports. Not saying I'm doing narrative battle reports and then just play it. Like, I want to actually put stories together in the battle reports and sort of have a cohesive narrative that goes along on the channel. We've got working out with my mate on how we can tell the story of how my free cities put together through battle reports, and so we're probably going to play through like the original Age of Sigmar books that came out, play through all those scenarios and put my free city together through the battle reports. Yeah, double big stabber. I love the big stabber. So as you can see, just re-layering up that Taillight Ochre. At the moment, really like this colour, the Taillight Ochre. It's I've not used it much, but I've used it on some Gryph-hounds, and now I've decided to do it on the Demigryph Knights. And it's a really nice colour. me for 1 sec. Just checking on the daughter. No, she's fast asleep. Poor little bubs. Bit of tucking out. Classic. I used contrast on the Black Dragon for the black, but most of the time I just don't like the end look of the contrast. Personally, it's just not my thing. No. I see what it does for people who don't paint as much, but I quite enjoy painting. I don't want to speed it up. It's something I do to relax. Yeah, the wooden tone I've gone with. Let's see if I've got something on hand. My wooden tone doesn't work with contrast. Skin, yes, I completely agree. Depending on the skin that I'm doing. Just give me a sec. I can find something wooden. Okay. It doesn't do this wooden tone, which is a really light tone, so it doesn't do wood for me. Skin tone, certainly I see the benefit of it. The three ones I think that are actually game changing and we'll see use a lot are skin tone, white and black. It is for me just another tool in my toolbox. It's not something I'm gonna heavily rely on. It's also not something I'll avoid though. That might be the door stirring now. Yeah, the white is great. I could just white is just white and black. Like black's annoying to highlight. White is just so hard to get crisp and clean. You can do everything right with white, and it still will just mess up on you somehow. So I think white and black are the ones that are really going to be winners. Nice. Grots of Smurfs. I like that a lot. That's cool. Be nice and unique. I've got a Grot army as well. Like when I say I've gotten pretty much everything, I pretty much have everything. I've got a Gloomspite Kits army there, and a half a Loon Curse that still isn't built. I've got to get building that. Probably just going to go traditional green. and black with my grots. It's one of those things with armies, like, everyone always says don't paint a lot of box art, but you rarely actually see the box art armies painted. Like, unless it's Ultramarines or Hammers of Sigmar, you rarely see box art colour schemes done. I think my daughter is starting to stir, so I'll probably only be on for another 15-20 minutes max. But we can have some fun at the time. So slowly getting through these demigriffs. Well, not pretty slow. I've done these alright in alright time, I guess. But getting there, and then 6 of these done, and I should start work on some troops at some point. And just get through the frigate guard I'm no doubt going to need in my army. And probably just give a bit of a repaint to some of the privateers I own, just to tie them in with a new scheme I've got. Oh, excuse me. In the Free City, mainly humans. I'm not sure. I think that'll be what the base of like the Free City armies is. I think you're going to need humans in some form in your cities, no matter what. And for me, I'm a narrative at heart. Like, yes, I like playing competitive games of Age of Sigmar, but I do love my story. Like, even all my competitive armies generally have a story to them. So I won't feel right playing a Free City without humans in it. But I realistically want to get as many different things in there as I can. Like, my competitive list will probably look a bit different to like what my friendly list will. I'll probably put as an aim of the battle reports to be trying to put as many of the different units that are going to be in the Cities of Sigmar into a book, or into the battlefield, and sort of show you what they can do when that book comes out. I've already played with many of the units inside a Free City as well. Like, so I have Wanderers, and I played Wanderers. I have Darkened Covens, and I played with Darkened Covens, Serpentis, Free Peoples, Scourge Privateers, Stormcast. I have a giant Stormcast army as well. If you can, from there like onwards, it's like Stormcast. There's a unit of 30 Liberators sitting over there as well, for a Vanguard Wing army. I know that's really old, but I want to see if I can make the Vanguard Wing at least playable. Yeah, I do actually have a story. I'm currently compiling it all into a PDF. If you jump on the Cities of Sigmar age, so I'll just plug this as well, something I'm working on with some other people. If you jump onto the Cities of Sigmar Age of Sigmar Cities of Sigmar group on Facebook, run by Cinderful Gaming, me, you'll see a pinned post. And on the pinned post there is people submitting their Free Cities narrative, and like it's getting built up as a book for all these custom Free Cities. And I've got a little bit of mine. I'm currently working on making mine, writing mine down a lot, writing a lot of mine down. You can see my co-host on the narrative show, Andrew, his giant amount of narrative that he's got written down for. I forgot the name of it now. I forgot the name of his Free City. Molten Heart. And there's a lot on there, and there's a lot of other ones that people have put up. But anyway, onto mine. Mine is called Hallowforge. It's in the realm of life. And the idea behind the name Hallowforge is that it's got hallowed forges within it. And how they are hallowed forges, these magical forges that exist, is in Hallowforge it is always raining. The city sits atop a giant mountain out on a peninsula, at the very tip of a peninsula, so it's a cliff and all that. It sits against it, not against the ocean, but sort of to the side, so ocean there and mountain here. There's a mountain pass that goes out to the other side of the mountain, and there's a little part of the city out there as well. It's called the Dark Port. Well, that's like the less friendly port where my privateers hang out. But anyway, the city, it's always raining, so the city's on a slope so that the rain always runs off into the ocean. And it always rains there because up high above this mountain there is a god beast called Aquatine. And Aquatine is the rain god beast. Wherever Aquatine travels, it rains and storms. And Aquatine has called this mountain home for many, many, many ages. But the benefit of having this rain is it's a god-beast rain, so it is magical where it pools in great quantities. So these pools upon the mountain where his magical rain ends up. And so these very hot pools up on the mountains where large quantities of this magical water, they can bless the weapons in them, and that's where it gets its name, Hallowforge. So it has a lot of like blessed weapons throughout the city. And so these like hallowed forges, and hence the name Hallowforge. It has been retaken back. It was an empire. I haven't quite decided on all this, but it was an empire back in the Age of Myth. I haven't decided the name of the empire there too much on this particular part of the narrative, but it was reclaimed by the Stormcaster, and that's the story that I want to tell in the narrative battle reports. It's like the reclaiming of the city. Main antagonists, so there are varying like things. There's Grots and Skaven. Obviously, it's a mountain. You have Grots and Skaven, and as any city, there are always chaos cults within it. I suppose they would be the main enemies of it. And of course, and the cults range from like generally Khorne's not too big an antagonist. It's more the two culty ones like Slaanesh and Tzeentch, which infiltrate the city, and Nurgle from outside because it's realm of life, so Nurgle is there. and Skaven and Grots because mountains. Alright. Almost finished the basic colours on these Demogryph Knights. That might have to be it. I think my daughter is starting to stir, so probably get the rest of this, and then I might have to be off, unfortunately. You probably expect these at all sorts of random times of the night coming up soon when I'm watching the new baby. I've got a little boy on the way, so you might see these at all times of the day when I need a breather. Once I've got the free city stuff done, there will probably be some of these on painting up Dreadfleet. For those who don't know, it's a naval game based in Warhammer Fantasy setting that was released by Games Workshop quite a long time ago, and thanks to Brent from Re-Rolling Ones, I have been pressured or convinced into painting it up, and thank you very much. Little baby Orion is due very soon, potentially within 5 weeks soon, so like really soon. So I won't just be Dadhammer 1, I'll be Dadhammer 2. So I'll be Dadhammer times 2. I will say on the note of the dad thing, for anyone ever watching my stuff who is a dad, go find on Facebook the Dadhammer Support Network. It's something I started up to be a place for dads who are wargamers to go and have a safe place to speak. Somewhere where you're not judged or anything. You can post whatever you need to post and just have a chat and talk about dad stuff with like-minded people, because it's always good to talk about it with like-minded people. Dad stuff, it's easy to relate to another wargamer going, I missed out on something because something happened with the kid, and like they can relate to that. They can think other dads will feel your pain for missing out on a tournament because your kid got a cold or whatever. Like your kids first, obviously, but the disappointment you feel, and like you can't you got to be disappointed when stuff like that happens. No matter what, like you can go, yeah, kids first, but you are disappointed at the same time. It's okay to be disappointed about stuff like that, and it's or like asking questions. Like we've had new dads on there, like asking questions about like what you should feed babies and stuff like that. So if you are a dad, definitely go check out the Dadhammer Support Network that is on Facebook. It's a really great place just for dads just chatting and talking about dad stuff. So yeah, last one done. Just got the tallow layer done. Like I said, I'm waiting for a new dry brush so I can finish these guys and my griffhounds there. Just need to dry brush up the feathers and do a bit of dry brushing, blending. On the top there, just to bring those colours together properly. And the demi-griff itself should be done at that point, and then it's on to painting up the riders and the armour plating. They should be done soon enough, and it's just basing them. Alright. Well, that's the last one of these done. Got to go. Daughter is starting to stir. Thank you everyone for popping on and joining me while I did a little hobby hangout. These just helped me get my hobby done. So I'll keep doing them, and people seem to come on and talk to me. So that's always a bonus. Thanks for coming and chatting. As always, thank you to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon and in other ways. You know who you are. There is a link to the Patreon down below for anyone who cares enough. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all again real soon. Ciao.